said it should just slide right off.
You can do what you want to.
More complicated than that.
I would like to thank a couple of them, the whole team who put together this book. It is not a one person's effort, you know, it's the whole team. I would like to thank the LIA teachers, Ryan, Teresa, and Krista, who were along with us all through the project. Our illustrators, we have only two of them today. Please, Sheldon and Saurav, please stand up. They are the one who did the illustration. Book, you'll see the beautiful art, and two of them did it via telecommuting, you know, sending me the GIFs, and they were our Parent University students and teachers who went to California, and another teacher who went to Texas. They are volunteer teachers who have done the artwork on the book. And I would also like to recognize Suganya and Leah. Please stand up. So they did many hours trying to make sense of the story, because when you write story, we do not know what are they trying to tell, what is the actual goal, what they're trying to communicate. So they worked with me back and forth trying to make sense of the stories. But we're not going to give you a copy now, because we would like our LIA teachers to give a glimpse into the book, because I thought if I give you the book now, then everybody will be busy trying to open, and that will be a little problem. So I think, yeah, I would request Krista, Teresa, and Ryan to just read to us.
Okay, so Purnima has asked that we just read a little paragraph to kind of give you a taste of some of the stories, to get you kind of hooked. This is something that we do a lot of times with our students. We just give them a little taste to get them really, really excited and engaged to read the book. So one of the stories that I'm going to be reading, or a paragraph, is from Sudan's Cinderella. In this story, I helped edit with one of our parents in this group. She always dreamed of becoming a great teacher who would impart good knowledge to the students of her town and help them excel in every aspect of their lives. People called her Serafina. Born in the late 80s to a poor family in South Sudan, Serafina was an intelligent and pious girl. It was their family's misfortune that they were living a life in a place that was dangerous due to war that was taking place in the early 90s. But the conditions of her country did not stop Serafina from pursuing her dreams. I'll have to read the rest.
I'm going to read a little bit of a story called Helping Hands. I still remember the incident like it was yesterday. I was 15 years old. As my mother had gone to visit her brother, I was home alone at the house. I was fast asleep. I woke up as I was suffocated and not able to breathe. I could see my room was fully surrounded by black fumes. I went to the hall and saw my house was on fire. I immediately ran to the kitchen where I had kept all my money in a brown leather jacket. I grabbed my jacket and ran towards the door. Suddenly the stove exploded and I was thrown away. I fell down and started losing my consciousness. The last thing I saw were the flames were slowly consuming my jacket, which I was holding on to. I gained my consciousness the next day at the hospital. My neighbor had to break into my home and save me. I was devastated to know that I had lost all the fingers on my hand, and I held onto my jacket that was on fire. When I looked around, I could see people crying and hollering in pain due to the war and trauma that engulfed my village. Many had lost their dear ones. I thought to myself that I was in better shape when compared to the other people's casualties and their fatal losses. My mother had always taught me that if someone helps you, then in turn, you have a duty to help someone else. So the rest of this story talks about how that situation changed the way that they lived the rest of their life. It's really powerful.
And the story I'm going to read is called Unconditional Love, and it was written by a former Hawthorne student. In my opinion, the most valuable thing in life is your parents. Some kids think their parents don't like them because they get grounded, or their parents don't buy them what they want. Sometimes the reason you don't get what you want is because you haven't done something good at school, or your parents get a phone call from school that you have done something bad. Parents' hearts are delicate like glass. When you do something bad, your parents' hearts break. But when you help your parents or do something good, it rebuilds again. And there's a quote at the bottom, I'll just read it to you. Parental love is the only love that is truly selfless, unconditional, and forgiving. Dr. Chia. And the rest of that story's in here. And I just want to say what an honor it's been for us to work with Pranima and the rest of the group. It's just been a lot of fun, and we learned a lot. So.